Michael Crabtree or Amari Cooper. Wait for it. Michael Crabtree or Amari Cooper wearing one of those sumo suits. What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Pete Manzinelli, and we are here for week 3 of the ManzMaker. It's the new hit DFS program. Everybody can't stop it talking about. Anyone who's watching is just getting paid, getting laid, printing bills, up in the club, getting ladies. You know the drill. And today, we have a truly prestigious guest. You guys know him as Peter Jennings, aka CSU Rams, across the DFS industry. We will be talking to him in just a second. But first, it's time for a little news and a little booze. Now, this is not breaking news, okay? I will let you know this is not breaking, but it needs to be addressed on the programs. Now, a few weeks ago, the former heavyweight boxing champ of the world, Riddick Bowe, slid right into my DMs and said he would, quote unquote, whoop my ass playing daily fantasy sports. Now, the problem was, I was like, sure, bro, send me a head-to-head on DK or whatever, FanDuels, dude, maybe even play drafts. But he was shilling for some random-ass DFS site. I was pretty sure it might have been malware or infected a virus on my computer. So I said, no, bro, here's the deal. You come on my show first, then we can talk about playing on your new pyramid scheme, I think, of a DFS site. Anyways, we had a little back and forth. It went on for quite a long time. And at the end, we came to a mutual admiration for each other, some mutual respect, but we were still at an impasse. And I will say right now, I decided it was time for me to be the bigger man's. And I signed up for his DFS site. The ball is now in your court, Riddick Bowe. You come on the show, we'll do a head-to-head. It's time for me to whoop that ass. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsor today. We have a sponsor, dude. This is crazy, dude. We have like a sponsor. So we're going to hear from our sponsor. He paid good money, so do not skip over it. Do not skip over it. You listen to what this young man says. And when we come back, we'll be talking to Peter Jennings, aka CSU Rams.
Hi there, I'm Tex Manzinelli, the world's first fantasy football lawyer. That's right, I heard there was a serious need in this fantasy football space for an honest, hard-nosed, hard-working attorney, someone to fight for your right to play and tout the greatest game of all, fantasy football. Now let me tell you about some of these services I provide. Are you a fantasy analyst, one of these guys with a big brain that comes up with great ideas just to have them stolen by someone else, your unique proprietary idea? Did someone take your studs and duds column and repurpose it for their own gain? Well, Tex Manzinelli will not stand for that. You call me up and we'll take their ass to court. It's time to get studs and duds back in your name. Or maybe you're a fantasy player that's just reached out to one of their players on Twitter to tell them, hey, you're sucking. And then what does he do? Turns around, quote, retweets you and says, I don't care. Well, do you know who does care? Tex Manzinelli. You call me up and those papers will be good as served. You can tell Martellus Bennett, we'll see him in court. If you've been wronged in the fantasy football space, it's time to act now and call the law offices of Tex Manzinelli. It's time we get fantasy justice for you. For you. For you. For you. For you.
Welcome back, everybody. I am joined right now by a truly prestigious guest. He's the co-founder of Fantasy Dabs. He is a 2-time DFS world champ. He's one of the 3 jackasses on the new gambling show, The 3 Donkeys. He goes by the name CSU Rams across the daily fantasy industry. Peter Jennings, welcome to the show, bro.
Manz, thanks for having me. That's quite the introduction there, bud.
Yeah, dude. No, I've been excited to have you on. I've talked with your compadres, Levitons, and Bales, so it's good to get the third donkey finally on the program.
You guys had an epic combine too. I loved watching that. I was impressed that you still won the race, even though you puked that beer mile. That was very impressive stuff, man.
That was hard, dude. We got to get you. You were gonna maybe be a part of it a little bit, but you weren't able to make it out. Maybe we get you involved in Broathlon number 2.
Yeah, in the future, I'm very open to it, for sure.
Awesome, dude. So I got to ask you the most important question on my mind right now, and I know this is like a DFS program, but you, back in May, you took down a charity poker tournament, the Tiger Woods Jam, and that's all good and well. But more importantly, you met and became friends with Kate Upton. Is this true?
It's true, man. Closer with her brother and brother-in-law. We got to play golf and blackjack, and my wife hit it off with Kate Upton. But yeah, they were great, and I'm hoping she'll be out at Tiger Jam again this next upcoming year.
Okay, so I have to ask, between you and your wife's cell phones, do you have Kate Upton's number?
I have her brother-in-law's number. I'm not sure if Ashley has her number.
Okay.
But I could get in touch with her pretty easily if that was necessary.
Okay, that's good to know.
I've actually texted and gone back and forth with Marco Polo and a bunch of stuff. I really hit it off with her brother and brother-in-law. They're good dudes and golfers, and we like the same kind of stuff.
Okay, so then what I'll ask is if you can just keep your ear to the ground if you hear things are getting a little rocky with her and Justin's and you want to set up the Manz with a date with Kate, just know, like, I'm your guy, all right?
Okay, you're the guy, dude. As soon as it's that'll be the first ask that I make with Kate.
All right. Well, now let's jump into the DFS now that I've got that squared away. Now, your handle is CSURAM88, and I was just reviewing the terms and services for DraftKings, and you are required legally to have 100% ownership of CSU alum Rashard Higgins this week. Will you be complying, or do I need to sue you?
100% across all contests is going to be tough, but I'll have more than almost anybody. I'm going to try to comply very closely. Yeah, I mean, he was a DFS superstar for college, obviously a CSU guy, very high on him this week. Levitan's talking about that game going over. I think it makes a lot of sense. Vontae Davis was limited in practice again today. Higgins is a definite, very nice value play on DraftKings, and I'm high on him, man, for sure.
That's right. I mean, when else are you going to get the chance to roster a CSU grad at high ownership? I mean, we're sitting around waiting for Bryce Petty's. I don't think it's happening, man.
Yeah, this is the dream spot here for Higgins. So okay. I'm in. Of course I'm in.
All right, I knew I could get you with a little Colorado State pander. And I even put on my Mellow jersey.
Oh, look at that. That's a nice jersey. Rocking all the Nuggets. Looking fly, dude. Bro.
I know. I had the, I normally don't like to pander, but I knew you would take to that very kindly.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes me happy, buddy.
All right. Now I have to ask you another question about a man named Tyreek Hill, a.k.a. Ty Fluke Hill. I have to ask you what...
call him Ty Freak, bro. What are you talking about? Ty Fluke?
Here we go.
Don't tell me you're on the Ty Fluke train.
No. You'll see where I'm going with this. I want to know what brings you more joy when he plays well. Fantasy points for your team, or knowing that Adam Levitons is going to get trolled the rest of the afternoon?
It's pretty close, man. Last week I got all the trolling when Crabtree destroyed Cooper, so that went against me. But the first week when Ty Freak caught that big touchdown, it was beautiful. But last week I had a good bit of Ty Freak, and he didn't perform, so that was bad. I think I don't know. It's pretty close. The fantasy points equal quite a few dollars, so it's hard to go against that. But nothing makes me happier than seeing Levitan in pain when he goes off.
That's right. And speaking of Levitons, we normally do our tweet of the week earlier in the show, but we're going to do it right now because I saw your co-host on the DFS Edge earlier today tweeted out that Jerry barked on the pod for the first time this year, and I saw that it just came out. Haven't had a chance to listen. Can you spoil for me who Jerry barked about?
All right, I'll spoil it on this show. Why not? Yeah, we'll spoil. We gotta help Manz out.
Thank you.
He barked about Andy Dalton.
Whoa!
One bark. It was crazy. We were already high on AJ Green. Dalton is hard to go with, but new offensive coordinator that likes to throw. And Jerry not only just barked, but barked one time. So that was nice.
Dude, I have two thoughts about that. One, I think it's a genius call because everyone's going to want to be on Rodgers, but if that game shoots out and you're bringing it back on the other side, a lot of people are going to have AJ, but you get super unique AJ with pairing him with Dalton. Dude, I think Jerry's onto something.
Red Rifle, bud. 5,100 on DraftKings, too. It's pretty nice.
But I have to ask the one question, does Jerry move ownership percentages at this point? Are we concerned about the Dalton inflated ownership?
Maybe 0.5%, 1% max.
All right, it's been.
Don't worry about it. Maybe in like the listener league or something like that, it goes a little higher, but don't worry.
I think you're kind of
people are underestimating how predictive the Jerry Bark is at this point. Maybe after this week they'll start believing, but I think we got to take it. It's a good leverage play.
All right, dude. I mean, when this episode gets 1 million views on YouTube and Dalton's owned 60%.
Yeah, I forgot the Manz effect. I mean, now Dalton's going to be the most heavily owned quarterback. That's a very good point.
All right, I have another question for this week. I'm going to give you 2 players. And you're going to tell me who you would rather play this week, okay? And this is kind of a hypothetical scenario. All right. Would you rather roster in week 3 Michael Crabtree or Amari Cooper? Wait for it. Michael Crabtree or Amari Cooper wearing one of those sumo suits?
Oh, with the sumo suit, you got to go Crabtree. That sumo suit. How can you catch the ball with the sumo suit?
Wait a second. Stop the presses. Did we just find a scenario in which Peter Jennings wouldn't play Amari Cooper's? My mind is blown.
You set it up nicely. The sumo suit, I mean, that's going to be tough. I mean, I guess it'd be a little harder to tackle, but catching a football like that makes me a little nervous.
Okay, dude.
Dude, in a normal situation, I'm going Cooper over Crabtree 100% of the time, but you throw in the sumo suit, that's hard to overcome. I
wanted to see where your heart and your brain took over, which one, and I think we found it. If Amari's in a sumo suit, or maybe let's say more realistically, he gains 100 pounds, Peter Jennings is finally...
Cooper gains 100 pounds, I'm not on him.
Okay. All right, you heard it here first. But in a vacuum in this week, you're going with Amari?
Of course. Amari all day.
Okay. All right, now it's time for the hit segment, Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. CSU Rams, who is your stack of the week? And you can't say Derek Carr's and a svelte Amari Cooper.
All right, so I'm really bullish on the Lions, and I think the number one stack, which will probably have the most ownership, is going to be Stafford to Ebron. Ebron's price is so low. I think it makes a ton of sense. He'll probably be a chalky tight end, even consideration in cash games. So in tournaments, you can pivot. I mean, I like going Golden Tate. I don't mind going with 2 guys. I could go Golden Tate, Marvin Jones. You can go any combination with Ebron. And then you also have the pass-catching running backs. Theo Riddick is expensive but could be contrarian. I like him in this spot. We just saw Montgomery go off against the Falcons. And then also Abdul is there too. So I think the Lions are going to go off here. Vic Beasley's out for the Falcons, and it's just a really good offensive spot for those guys.
All right, I'll tell you the one I'm thinking about. Tell me what you think. I'm liking a little Cam Newton's going against the Saints, and throwing a sprinkle in a little Christian McCaffrey in there. Another guy with Denver connections.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to like him.
Oh, yeah, I like it. And everyone's talking about Kelvin Benjamin and or Funchess this week. Not enough love for McCaffrey so far. I think that's a really good play.
How about this? Is there anyone outside of Funchess and Kelvin? Like, could a guy like Ed Dixon bank somebody $1 million?
It's possible, but I think you're getting too outside the box if you're going to go away from Funchess, Benjamin, or McCaffrey. I think that's where you got to stay. I think that's the safe place.
All right, but if you're making 6,000 lineups, maybe you sprinkle in a little Curtis Samuel.
If you're making 6,000 lineups, yeah. If you find a way to make that many unique combos, that's fine.
Okay. All right, well, this is the point of the show. I don't know if you're familiar. Are you familiar with my 69 challenge?
The 69 challenge, tell me more about it.
Okay, so the 69 challenge is, if you accept, I'm going to send you a head-to-head on DraftKings. And, typical DraftKings roster, you get 9 spots. Except, if we play head-to-head, I am going to throw out my 3 worst scores, effectively playing you with only 6 guys. So my 6 versus your 9. However, if I beat you with my hand tied behind my back, you have to say on Twitter that I'm one of the greatest DFS players of our generations. And if I lose, which, you'd think would be expected with 3 less players, I will personally tout Fantasy Labs in all of your endeavors in a video or a tweet. Will you take that challenge?
Done, buddy. I'm taking the challenge. I'm in.
Excellent, dude. I'll send you over that head-to-head on DraftKings. Dude, I really appreciate you coming on the programs. Anything you'd like to plug? You guys got to check out this 3 Donkeys podcast. What do you guys got going on over there?
Yeah, I mean, the 3 Donkeys, we're just having a lot of fun. We need to get you on for a segment here for sure. Obviously, you're also big on the props, so that's a lot of fun. Got to always shout out Fantasy Labs. Really excited about our NFL product, and we're getting close to NBA too. So Yeah, it's great times. Pumped to play on DraftKings and just get going here, man. It's football season, and we're about to be in like the ultimate DFS grind here.
Nice, dude. I'm loving listening to the Three Donkeys because it seems like it's like 20 minutes of Leviton and Bales bickering over the mile and you being like, will someone bet me on free throws and three-pointers?
I want 3-point action, man. You want to get on the 3-point challenge? You look like a baller. Look at you. You're ready to roll.
Well, see, I actually had thought about this. I will do some three-pointers. Can you do one-on-ones with your ruptured Achilles?
Maybe. One-on-one, maybe. We'll come back to that. I'm very selective in when I actually like try to go play basketball. It's just you're asking for injuries, but I could play some one-on-one. I think I could be up for it.
What did you say your percentage was? You shot 100 threes?
I made 56 last time I shot. I have a lot of props around shooting 60 or better. I've done that quite a few times, but yeah, I think my mean right now is probably in the high 50s. I need to train and get it back up.
Would you give me 20 percentage points from three?
Dude, you're only shooting 40? There's no way you're shooting 40%. You got to be shooting higher than that.
40%?
You got to be shooting higher than that.
What about
it's like high school college threes. It's not NBA threes.
What are you from the free throw line?
Not that much better, like 70%.
Okay, I would go even with you at the free throw line.
Okay, we can go even at the free throw line. What about 15% on the threes?
I need to get back in the gym, stop lifting.
Look
maybe
at you. You're looking jacked, bro. You're ready to go.
We'll see. Okay, if you do
fun. Give me if you genuinely go shoot him and give me an honest answer, we can start setting, because you should be able to get a lot better too. Right. Like I can only get so much better.
All right. Okay. Give me 15, dude. And how many do you shoot? Do you rotate?
You shoot 100.
Or do you shoot them from
100
spot?
from 5 spots: corner, wing, top of the key, wing, corner.
Okay. I will let you know. How about this? If I'm able to get some shots up, we'll do 15. If not, you got to give me the 20.
Okay. All right, bud.
All right,
We're
dude.
in, Manz.
We're in. We'll figure out the stakes. But, all right, dude, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for hopping on the program. Good luck this week, and let's hope Amari Cooper doesn't gain any weight anytime soon.
Let's hope so, bud. Go Amari Cooper, and thanks so much for having me, man.
Peace. All right. Thank you to Peter Jennings. He's a true GOAT for coming on the program. That was a lot of fun. And before we go, a few reminders. One, you guys got to sign up to get in my DraftKings GPP contest, weekly contest I'm hosting every week on DraftKings. The link is posted below in the show notes. I'll leave it in a comment down below too. Here's the deal though. These things have been filling up quick, but the way it works is there's the league. That link takes you to sign up for the league, and then each week I'll put up a new contest within the league. It's like very confusing. It's like a Russian nesting doll of things and steps to get to the actual place where you get paid and get laid. But anyways, that's here nor there. You sign up for the league, and then you'll get a notification about the contest. This week contest already filled up. I can't even tell you to join the week 3. I made it for 16 people. Boom. It was filled up like that. I got to make it bigger. I'll do better. But you sign up. Next week, you'll get a notification. You got to hop in the league. We're going to keep going bigger and bigger. It's just $5. I do it out of charity, dude. I mean, I'm playing for millions of dollars, but I want to let you, the fan, have a way to play, and so we do it for $5, okay? Shout out to Barry Noyce. He won the inaugural DK contest last week, the inaugural Manz contest, and he did it with a Brady Gronk stack. Pretty traditional, pretty standard, but, it was enough to take down. Congratulations, Barry Noyce. You had a big week, dude. Former Manz fans of the week, then took down the DK contest, dude. Big ups. But just know, it's time for the Manz to return to his throne, which I am taking and winning this week's contest. No more charities. I see all you guys out there taking my thoughts, my ideas, and building lineups around them. It's like I'm playing a million little Manzes out there, but it's time for me to outwit the Manz. There's only one person that can take down the Manz, and that's the Manz. All right, last thing, the Manz Fans of the Week. This has been a big hit, and this week, our Manz Fans of the Week goes to Johnny Ringos. None other than Johnny Ringos. Now, if you guys followed my stuff over at PokerTubes, you will recognize Johnny Ringos as a finalist from my Manz Tank competition before I went to the World Series of Poker. Johnny Ringos, he's a Manz after my own heart. He's a great dude, but he recently lost his entire house in a fire, all of his belongings. His puppy died. This isn't a joke. He's a good dude. Just had a horrible thing happen to his family. And so all I can say is, if you Manz fans can go send him a well wish on Twitter, tell him you're thinking about him, tell him that the Manz family is in his corner. I know he'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to put the Twitter right here. And I'm going to also drop it in the link below. So shoot him a message. Tell him what's up. Tell him keep getting paid, getting laid, that he's going to get through this. He's a good dude. You are the Manz fans of the week, Johnny Ringos. Hang in there, buddy. You got this. All right, dude. That's it for me, Pete Manzinelli. Make sure you subscribe below. I'm also on PokerTube. I'm putting out poker videos, dude. I'm like a DFS guy, but I'm also like a poker guy, dude. Lots of big things coming down that pipeline. Make sure you check it out. Also, follow me on Twitter, at Pete Manzinelli, dude. That's where guys like Riddick, Bowe are sliding into my DMs. You can slide into my DMs too. My DMs are open. All right, as always, get paid, get laid, and yo, Riddick, I'm about to whoop that ass.